As usual, I remained completely undetected for quite some time. Alice suggested asking Patchley, but just borrowing the book seemed better to my mind. Of course. A book on immortality, that was my goal for today. Shouldn't be too hard, right? Wrong. Going through all these books was simply too much without a guide. Normally I just grab something interesting. Now that I was trying to find something specific, the total lack of organization was a pain. That left me with only one option, asking someone. It'd be a waste of time to ask one of the maids, but the devil familiar of Patchley should be easy enough to question, right? So I wandered further into the library, keeping an eye out for the little devil that usually floated around here. I found her at a writing desk, sound asleep. Well, she won't run like usual, I guess. Now how should I do this? Let's think. We can be an asshole, if that's correct, of courting her, or we can sweet talk her. Let's play the smooth criminal route. It's better to draw books with honey rather than vinegar or something like that. That's the wrong expression, I believe. So, you know, just pointing that out. But anyway, let's continue on. Maybe I could get a research assistant out of this. I patted Koa on the back beneath the base of her wings to wake the devil up. Master Patchley, but we're in public. What? The little devil awoke and jumped out of her chairs, wings flapping wildly. She looked around frantically before her eyes settled on me. Who? What? Marisa? But you aren't supposed to be— Wait, I gotta protect the books. Morning, Kokuma. Been working late again. Good to see someone around here other than the head maid is the responsible person. What? Oh, wait, I think it's good to see someone else who's a responsible person. That's what we're saying. It looked like this young devil was still groggy. Well, that could only help me right now. I threw an arm around her shoulders. And because you're such a responsible person, I need your help. You're the only one I know who could find a book in here without wasting Patchley's time. In fact, I think you're the only person who could find books in this library without magical help. Well, that is true. But I have to defend Master Patchley's books from theft and damage. I can't let you have them. Of course, but that's the reason I'm asking you. You see, if you know what books I've borrowed, you can ask for them back. And I'm not the type of girl to leave a damsel in distress just over a library book. Questionable. I ruffled the little devil's hair to cement the point. Well, that does sound like Marisa. Okay, I'll help you. What books do you need? Excellent. It worked like a charm. Thanks a lot, Koa. I want you to go find me books about immortality and the origin of yokai, especially books about magicians. Can you do that for me? Leave it to me. I'll do my best to hunt down those books. Great, I owe you one, Koa. The devil waved as she fluttered off into the depths of the library. Like I said, man, smooth criminal. Dun 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 dun. Alright, anyway. After Kokuma was gone, all that was left was to wait. I decided I might as well occupy the time with some light reading. I took a seat where Kokuma had been sleeping and began looking over the contents of the desk. There were several books and a bunch of stray pieces of paper scattered about, many of them covered in comprehensible diagrams. Oddly, from what I could tell, none of the diagrams on the papers were magical. They mostly seemed to be a tree diagram or something. The writing of them looked like Latin, but not the kind of Latin you see in a spell. One very large book was open. It looked like Kokuma had been reading it before she fell asleep. I checked the cover to see what it was. Illusionary Taxonomy, a comprehensive guide to the classification of the fauna of Kensokyo. What a pretentious and absurdly long title. Who wrote this book? Well, it seemed about as interesting as skeletal structure of the Necromata. Modern necrobiology. Necrobiology? Wait, what? Volume 2 or Evolution of Tengu. I might as well have a look and see what Kokuma's reading. Okay, that's different. I didn't even know necrobiology was a thing. Now I know. The Tengu can be classified into 2 separate genera, each one consisting entirely of one species. These genera are Tengu lupus or the wolf Tengu. See Appendix T1, and Tengu curvis or the crow Tengu. See Appendix T2. It is theorized that before the advent of the Great Barrier, there may have been several species of crow dingo, mostly distinguished by characteristics such as the book wasn't going to ignore the setup to the book. Man, I can't even talk. The book wasn't really going to ignore the setup to discuss the difference in noses between Tengu's races, was it? It apparently was. I skipped a couple of pages. Kappa are categorized into several species, based primarily on the location and storage of water in their body. The greater Kappa, Cucumis Kappa, are rarely found within Gisokyo, can, for example, be recognized by the bowl-shaped depression upon their "Hey, there's something interesting." No, it's another 5 pages on skull structures. This was probably the most boring thing I'd ever read. No wonder Kookuma had fallen asleep. As I read the next few pages, I could feel my eyelids getting heavy. An interesting conundrum for the illusionary taxonomist. While many vampires can be considered a species of undead, the graded vampire of the type found within the borders of Kisokyo passes all the tests reserved for centuries that are alive. While reproducing in a parasitic manner, graded vampires morphologically display more similarity to demons than to. My vision clouded and my body felt heavy. I decided a quick nap couldn't hurt.